It is great to see everybody. I am so grateful for the opportunity to be able to celebrate our award winners for this month's Disability Awareness Month. So my name is Lindsay Smart, and I'm the Associate Vice President for Operations and Strategic Initiatives here at UNM in the Health Sciences Center Office for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion. And, I think that one of the roles that I most value in working with the office is the opportunity to celebrate, the opportunity to connect, and really just honor the people behind all of the work that we do. Because that truly is, I think, one of the essential missions of our office, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, is the celebration of people. And so just very grateful to be able to be in that role here today, celebrating with you all. The Excellence Awards, in general, they began with our office as a way to really acknowledge and celebrate all of the various annual national celebrations that exist. Used to be maybe once a month, and some of them overlap, and in some months there's actually more than one celebration. And we do our best to really honor and acknowledge each of those celebrations in a variety of different ways. And the celebrations are an opportunity to really highlight all of the contributions that the members of our UNM health sciences community make throughout their work here at the institution. So in the past year, or actually probably years, our office has held Excellent Awards each month in order to bring awareness and education to all of these celebrations with our UNM Health Sciences Center, and to honor not just individuals, but groups and teams like we have today, who really have shown this tremendous either clinical or research, educational, or maybe even community engaged work in the diversity, equity, inclusion realm to support the communities that are being celebrated in each month. So we want to acknowledge you all most importantly, but just a moment to thank the team behind the scenes, Dr. Romero Leggett, who wasn't able to be here today, unless she's popped on, but wanted to definitely send her congratulations to our award winners, along with Kindra and Dr. Amra Swan, who are here for the coordination, the work that kind of goes to ensure that we are getting nominations for all of these wonderful months, especially for this month's Disability Awareness Month Excellence Award. And the work that goes to bringing all of us together in a way to celebrate. So thank you, Amris and Kendra, for what you've done. So we also want to thank all of the nominators for recognizing individuals, organizations, teams in their own work, and know that the nominators took time to reflect and write about how these leaders and teams have ensured that our programs, policies, practices have advanced representation, participation, and equity for our disability community at the UNM Health and Health Sciences Center. Nationally, Disability Awareness Month is recognized more largely as National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and our office believes that these individuals with disabilities, whether temporary or permanent, visible or invisible, are entitled to human rights, interests, access, equity, employment, advocacy, all of those things that I believe is present for our award winners today in the work that they've done. And we really strive to promote and increase awareness of disability rights. I think something that really needs to be elevated within the work that we are doing in our office and as an institution, particularly moving forward, as a way to elevate independence, productivity, and complete community inclusion for all individuals who have identified with a disability. So the team awardee for Disability Awareness Month has continually embodied all of these elements of excellence in serving the important needs of our autism community here in New Mexico. And so we're delighted to welcome the team from Hilo Sobre el Autismo and Weaving Colors, Autism and the Indigenous community today, as we honor them as the team awardee for this month's Disability Awareness Month Excellence Award. So with that, next in the program, we'd like to be able to celebrate and have awardees from the team just take an opportunity to share who they are and what their journeys have been in becoming health professionals and the work that they've done to develop this program in particular, and how you hope to continue serving the disability community and enhancing the work that we do at UNM to be more inclusive. And really also to have an opportunity to share what this award means to you. And then after the awardees have a moment to share, we also want to open it up to other individuals to be able to share congratulations and words of support from the audience. So with that, I will say congratulations in a very formal way, and eventually we'll find all of my little Zoom things to get things going here. Here we go, Kendra and Amaris have them going. And to turn it over to maybe the first person from the team who would like to share some words.
I'll go first then. Take it as a cue. Hello, my name is Jennifer Sanchez. I'm a family peer support worker here in the Family and Provider Resource Team at the Autism Programs and the Center. Personally, I'm here because I am a mom to three amazing kids, two of which are on the autism spectrum. We actually, my oldest son got his diagnosis here in the center 10 years ago. And so it's just kind of come full circle for me. Our journey started here and now I'm here. And I'm really happy to be here, and especially part of this team. ELOS has been kind of an ongoing project for just over the last 5 years or so, I believe. Weaving Colors is a newer program. We're in our second year, but both of them are really important because they focus on the two groups that really, despite making up the large portion of the state's population and the state's history, they're really often excluded or overlooked. And so a lot of this we find is due to a lack of understanding of the culture and the languages, as well as access to the groups. And so that's why we felt that it was important to continue these programs and really highlight them. So for the three of us, it's a really personal matter that hits close to home, and we understand the importance of representation because we ourselves come from the Hispanic and Latino and Indigenous communities. So we can use our lived experience to really share with the families that we reach. We are growing in this world of disability, and so that personal connection is really what allows us to make the first steps in helping everyone kind of navigate the systems, all of the different nuances that come with an autism diagnosis. And that way it allows us to kind of bridge things and create these safe and inclusive trainings that we're really proud of, and that are really much needed. I hope to continue with these programs. There is a need for them. I hope that we are able to do more in the future. I won't hog up all the time. I'll let Roz and Lynette kind of explain more about the specific trainings in more detail.
Thank you, Jen. I'll introduce myself. My name is Rosalyn Cintron Diaz. I am a health education consultant at the Center for Development and Disability. It is my pleasure to be the training coordinator for both Weaving Colors and Hilos sobre el Autismo. As Jen mentioned, it hits personal for the three of us, I think. For me, I come from a background of my family has always been involved in disability awareness and advocacy. And it also hits close since I grew up with a first cousin who is on the spectrum and has other developmental disabilities. And as we know, I know in Hispanic communities, and I have learned from Lynette also in Indigenous communities, we're all super close. So growing up around disability made me really aware of the need for education, and not just that, but awareness and understanding. So I think it took me to a path of becoming the health educator I am today. The knowledge and the understanding of this has helped me come into the center and work with both Lynette and Jen and take their important knowledge around disability, around the state, about what they know, what they have gone through with their family members and their loved ones to help us grow both Weaving Colors and ELOS. As Jen mentioned, ELOS was an ongoing project. As I grew more in the center, this is my 4th year here, we have started to grow a little bit more. We have started doing some collaboration with other agencies, bringing more community members, and it has reached to a point where it started overflowing to other programs for the center. So now we have participants from the community, from ELOs, participating in other trainings throughout the center, and also getting out into the community and telling them about us. So we have had community members approach us to do trainings in their own spaces, approach us to take the information to their spaces, and it has just been a joy. And I'm really proud that we've been able to empower them through the advocacy. I also help out in the family and support and provider network. I talk to the families when they call in and just try to get them to the resources. But most importantly, I'm just happy to be the training coordinator for both programs and to be able to work with Lynette and Jen. I've learned so much from them, and it's just, I'm really proud of the team and what we've been able to accomplish. I'll leave it to Lynette to talk a little bit more.
My name is Lynette Torrevio, and I am from the Pueblo of Acoma. Like Jen, we come with lived experience. I have a young adult lady on the spectrum. My daughter is 24. Her name is Cameron, and she was the first identified individual on our Pueblo with an autism diagnosis. And so our kind of training and educating our community really began with her and her journey. And it's just been amazing to see, particularly in my own Pueblo, how far the community has come. I mean, I think we've all, regardless of if our child has a disability or not, we know that it takes that community, it takes an entire family to raise a child, to help the parents, to guide the parents. And so it's been really nice to see our community involvement and our community kind of rally around our parents and support them and really celebrate the children. And we've seen that through some of the connections that we've been able to build through Weaving Colors. We've been able to foster relationships between organizations. And one amazing example of that is through the nonprofit that Jen is a part of. It is called Elevate the Spectrum. It is a nonprofit family-run support group, and they have developed what are called hero bags. Inside of the hero bags are toolkits to help an individual who might be in crisis during an emergency situation. They have communication boards in there. I mean, I think for some individuals who might have limited communication or no communication at all, or when they are in the midst of an emergency, that communication tends to go away. And so what we've been able to do is connect Elevate the Spectrum with Acoma Pueblo's their language program. And what they did was they built a communication board completely in the Keres language. And so they were able to translate that, and other Pueblos who utilize Keres as their language will then be able to use those tools as well with their community. So it was really nice to hear from the person who runs the language program. And she said, I actually used it as a teaching moment for the class that came in and is learning the Keres language. We talked about it. They had meaningful conversation about what would this look like for an individual if a first responder is coming on scene and it's just, it's grandma, or it might just be brother that's there. What does that look like, and how could we word this in the best possible way to get that answer out of that individual to help them, to aid them? And a lot of them, had family members who have a disability. If it was not autism, it was something else. And so it really got them to think a little bit more about how how we help the individuals in our community. So that was, one really, really awesome example of making sure that, like Jen said, we are including those often underserved and overlooked populations of our community. And so it's just been really nice. And we've, of course, like Rosalind highlighted, the need for those presentations, the need for presentations that are specific to a group. If it is the Hispanic, the Latin community, if it's the Indigenous community, we've seen those calls come a lot more now that we've kind of made sure that we have put our training programs a little bit more to the forefront. We've advertised them more, we've reached out more, we've gone to where we know that these communities are, and some of the other resources that these communities are already accessing. We said, hey, have you heard about ELOs? Have you heard about Weaving Colors? This is what we do. This is what the family and provider resource team do. And so it's just been it's been really nice. It's been a learning experience when we've gone to different pueblos. We've made sure that we've done our homework, that we know the people that we're going to talk to, that we know the community that we're going into. And so we've learned in the process too. We've been able to take things that we weren't necessarily kind of thinking about going into, but I think with both programs, it just opened our eyes into making sure that we are really inclusive, that we are looking at what the community needs as a whole. Because again, it's the community that does help to raise these individuals. And so yeah, it's been great. So thank you so much. I mean, it's just, this award does highlight the need that we have for these types of programs, the implementation that some other agencies could think about. Even if something as simple as the language interpretation, having those services available for their families that come in, or thinking more about incorporating ASL, all of the things that could aid an individual who's receiving services from them. So
Wonderful. I mean, we'll open it up for others to share, but I just wanted to say how much I agreed with everything you all were saying around the access and like thinking about community-driven approach to building programs instead of a provider-driven approach or an insurance-driven approach. It's an element of thinking about how you create something like you have created that really truly is addressing what is needed from the community, and representation being so critical. We hear about access issues for so many things, and I know you all, just in my other hat as a psychologist, are inundated with referrals from all community members, and it's easy then to sometimes lose sight of the groups who might be kind of not hidden, but just don't have the pathway to actually access that same service. And just really want to highlight how important what this program is doing. And I do absolutely hope not just other community members, but UNM and all the other different clinics can think of ways to do the same thing. So thank you. I'll open it up for others to share. Congratulations or words.
Hi there, this is Lori Ann King. I'm an education and outreach manager in the autism programs, and I am honored to work with these amazing women. I just want to give a heartfelt thank you and congratulations to Rosalind and Lynette and Jen for their hard work, for creating a program that is truly meaningful to the community, for listening to the community, and bringing their expertise, their professionalism, and their heart to this really, really important work. And the thing that I always think about working at the Center for Development and Disability is our mission statement, which is to improve the well-being of all New Mexicans by improving services, research, education, and policies that support people with disabilities and their families. And I really, truly believe that these two programs and their hard work has brought us to a place of being closer to that all New Mexicans. And the fact that they have really reached out and built relationships with really aspects of the community that we need to make sure that we're reaching. So I just thank them so much for their hard work.
Thank you, Marianne. I'd like to share some notes. You can also chat if you'd like. No pressure for public speaking here. I completely get that. So the chat is functional. Okay. Oh,
I also have had the opportunity to work with Lynette, Jen, and Roslyn, and can occasionally jump in on these two projects with them. And yeah, I've just always been so impressed with just how well the trainings have been run, and just how meaningful it is just to the attendees of those trainings and their collaboration. And I think it's just been a great resource, and I know I've learned a lot. And so I've appreciated, as a colleague of theirs, to have had that opportunity to learn from them. So thank you all three, and congratulations.
Thanks, Karen. Last word. That's exploding emojis. Well, I wanted to also take a moment to see if there's any announcements, I think, Kendra, related to the other Heritage Month. There's also an opportunity to keep leveraging things.
Hi, my only announcement is that you'll see me, Lindsay, and Amaris next Wednesday, October 30th, and at the Upper Plaza, like the what do I call it? The the area
Grassy
between
area.
Fitz and the hospital. The upper deck part will be promoting Disability Awareness Month, with some information, books, swag. So you can come by our table, and then by either today or tomorrow, you will get an email from us promoting the Native American Heritage Month Excellence Awards nomination form. So feel free to email us if you have any questions.
And if you hope you can make it on campus, although we recognize that that's not always easy. You guys have fantastic parking over at CVV, where you can just pull up in front. One of the things we are endeavoring to look at in future heritage events is how to take our show on the road, if you will, and be a little bit more mobile and active, and getting to other offsite clinic sites with some tabling, or just sort of being available to acknowledge all the employees within our very robust offsite clinics too. So in the future, we would love to be able to come to the CVD and during one of our Heritage Months, be able to celebrate the event with you all. But if you happen to come on campus and snag a parking spot, please do come by. All right. Well, I think that wraps up this month's celebration. Unless there are any final words, I absolutely want to say how proud I am to be at an institution with people like you who are doing this work in a meaningful way. So thank you.
Would just like to say I invite all of you to join our ELOs and Weaving Colors training. You're more than welcome to join and spread the word to anyone who just wants to know more about autism or identifies either with the Indigenous community or Hispanic Latino community. We always are welcoming more and more people. And thank you for this wonderful award. And just, yeah, thanks.
Thank you. And could you get us the flyer? We will blast that across our listeners and then also share it with our office.
Yeah, Rosalind, I'm putting that in my email in the chat so you can just send it to me.
And we also have a new LinkedIn page for our office that I will get the flyer out there as well. It's an opportunity to reach out to some of our larger HSC community that way and leverage a lot of these programs. And if you are a LinkedIn enthusiast, feel free to, I think you could look up the page, which is just UNM HSC Office for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. But if that doesn't work, just look me up and I'll connect you to it. All right. Well, thank you guys again. Congratulations. Very grateful for your work, and thank you for everybody here being able to support our winners. Take care.